Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. When it comes to education, the Castle Museum in Saginaw has no shortage of guest speakers and events to keep families busy. And here this morning to talk about how they're honoring Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we have Outreach Coordinator for the Castle Museum, Jennifer Vanette. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So Jennifer, what all is going on for Martin Luther King Jr. Day?
Well, we wanted to provide some education, like you said, around the day, and so we're keeping it where we're sort of supplementing all the great opportunities in the community. So we're keeping ours mostly drop-in. So from 10 to 2, you can drop by and participate in a number of learning stations that are kind of a learn at your own pace situation. And then at 2, we'll have a keynote speaker, and we have Erin Patrice of the Breaking Bread Village, who some folks in this community know is very good about having those conversations and diving into some important topics. So we're really excited to have Erin with us that day.
Definitely. And what age groups is this geared towards?
So it's for all ages. Our learning station will have a few opportunities geared towards our younger learners, maybe a little more craft-based and a little bit more simple ideas around kindness and things like that. Our older learners are elementary through middle school, even high school, even adults, really, if you want to. We'll have some lessons about other civil rights leaders. We're looking at the beloved community and that we are all part of working together, and so we'll look at not just Martin Luther King Jr., but several other civil rights leaders. So the learners who are a little more advanced can learn more about the history of that work.
Well, tell me more about the different learning stations for younger kids up to older kids and adults. What kind of activities can we expect?
Yeah, so one that we'll do is for our little learners, they can think about what kindness actions they can do to make a difference, and so they'll be able to make their handprint with their kindness action, and they'll be able to take that home. We're looking at Fannie Lou Hamer, and she leaned into spirituals, especially This Little Light of Mine. And so we'll have an activity where you can think about how your light can shine in the world, and there'll be a little take-home craft with that. There'll be story times. We're going to have a story corner available all day, thanks to the library with an amazing collection of books about Martin Luther King Jr. and other civil rights leaders. And we'll have some set story times, 11:30, 12:30. You'll be able to sit down with a reader who will read those stories. And then for older elementary age, you can learn about the movers and shakers of the civil rights movement. We'll have little mini bios and a matching worksheet activity. Oh gosh, what else are we having? We have another one where you can learn about cause and effect. So protest, what the protest was about, and then what actions were taken and what was the outcome.
Interesting. So some more serious focus and then a lighter focus for the younger kids too.
Yeah, a little something for everyone.
You guys will have your hands busy. You're going to be busy all day long. Let's talk more about your keynote speaker, though, Erin Patrice, and what people should expect.
Sure. So she is going to lean into that idea of the beloved community and really have us thinking deeply about we need each other. What does that mean when we say we need each other? And what do we need from each other when we're in communities?
Nice. Well, remind us again one more time, when does the teach-in start? Why is it called a teach-in, by the way?
It's a teach-in based on some ideas from those protest movements of the 50s and 60s, where students actually led movements to say, instead of walking out, let's walk in together and teach each other, learn, and grow. And so I loved that concept of us all coming together to learn on that day. So that's where Teach-In came from, and it's on Martin Luther King Day, January 19th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can participate in those learning stations. If you do at least 3, you can get a keepsake button while supplies last to remember the day, and then at 2 p.m. to 3 15, we'll have our keynote.
Are tickets or donations required?
Nothing is required. Just come on down. It's all free.
Perfect. Well, Jennifer, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course, and remember, you can find more information on the Castle Museum by going to our website. We'll have all of this information in the hot links section of WNEM.com.